Alright there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm going to be officially updating you on the more latest news that has been going on. As I said, the media talking about this yesterday, this fantastic dramatic thing that's happened, and that a lot of Manchester United fans did not expect this to happen yesterday. It was breaking news. Everton, Manchester United now agreed personal terms for Lukaku, and that a 75 million bid has been currently accepted by Everton according to reports, which is absolutely fantastic news. He's currently also been training and in LA with Paul Pogba. They'd also currently posted an Instagram photo of them two as well. I think this has been currently deleted, but I think he's still undergoing his medical in LA. And I presume this will be fully confirmed before the US tours, which is Sunday when we fly off to the US tours. But yeah, it's fantastic news. And Raiola, who represents Pogba and Lukaku, he also represents Ibrahimovic, also Mkhitaryan. You know, he oversees the deals of last summer. As I said, got a staggering £40 million cut from the 89 million that we'd spent last summer on Paul Pogba. But the rumours have been stemming from about Lukaku since I said Ed Woodward had his list back in May. He had his list. What certain areas wanted to strengthen up, and Ed Woodward and Raiola had talks about Romelu Lukaku. And that it was confirmed, he was adamant that he was going to be leaving Everton, because he did quote out back in March that he wanted to play Champions League football next season. He wanted to be challenging for trophies, wanted to be in Champions League football, wants to be more consistent. And he knows at Everton he's not going to get that, so now he's coming to a much higher, he's going to that higher level, he's coming to a much higher club, which is a fantastic news, guys. But yeah, it broke out Thursday from Sky Sports, the BBC, all over the place that it's almost confirmed that he's coming to Manchester United. As I said, he has agreed personal terms. But according to the Goodison Park report, conflicting the Goodison Park report just as yet, they're saying there's not a full-on sanction yet for sale, according to them. But I presume this will be done. As I said, I'm very shocked about what happened. I'm so shocked because Chelsea for so long have been in the ascendancy to get Romelu Lukaku on the board. He's obviously rated a £100 million player. You know, obviously, he's worked with Mourinho in the past. The relation between them two, it's been up and down, but he's going to be fantastic, is Romelu Lukaku. He's like an animal. You know, he's good at bullying defenders. He's good at physically going around defenders. I have concerns about his first touch, which is quite woeful. But he's also tall, he can score goals as he proved last season, 37 appearances, 25 goals, leads the lines fantastically well, good at getting through the channels, and he can just score bags of goals. And what he can bring, he will fit in the Manchester United agenda. He will bring 20, 30 goals a season for Manchester United. You know, that's what we need. Obviously, the Morata deal's ended now. As I said, Chelsea will be more interested in him, but obviously, in the past, Lukaku's been at Anderlecht, as I said, been at West Brom, been at Chelsea, so just proves he's Premier League proven. He's Romelu Lukaku. Of course, won the Premier League, won the FA Cup with Chelsea. Of course, I think Mourinho sold him 2 or 3 years ago. Look at that, guys. But yeah, he's going to get a cut of this money as well as Raiola. And I should presume in the next 24 hours, this is going to get fully announced. And he's going to be officially a Manchester United player, which is absolutely fantastic news. You know, as I said, he can score goals. He can bring the justice. He can bring that firepower that we're lacking up front. Obviously, we're wasting this time going for Real Madrid players because basically with the Morata deal, it looks so realistic. Obviously, had his honeymoon, had his wedding and that. Perez had said there'd been no full negotiations going on about Morata, but he was considering him making a move to Manchester United. He's currently now fuming. He's fuming with Mourinho over this, but what can you expect by the time the months and months, the speculation about the Morata case, you know, by the time we get him on the board, he could be signing another Real Madrid contract, and he's one of their reserves players as well, because he's had irregular starts at Real Madrid, and if they basically can't be loyal and they can't, you know, accept certain bids, and they're looking more in the region of £79 million, you know, by space of that period when we're still waiting for that Morata deal to be finalised, we might as well be looking on other players, you know, than wasting his time focusing on one player, where Real Madrid have just been totally stubborn, and then I think 2 or 3 bids have been rejected for Morata. You know, we can't wait all this time, you know, for one deal to be fully finalised, and it's failed to materialise now because Real Madrid, you know, are being stubborn and not accepting, you know, a reasonable fee. That you know, they're wanting more and more and more. And I said bids have been rejected in the past. I said I'd still like Morata. He's very, very good. He leads the lines very well. He's very, very good in the air. Very precise on the ball. Very composed. But we have got the money, but I just don't want Manchester United to be spending too much money on one player, because you don't do that. You don't do that, and we've been linked to him for months, and now not going to happen. And Chelsea probably may have their more intentions on me, as they've been in there a few times with Chelsea for Morata. He was going to be our essential number 9 role by the looks of things. And now this Lukaku deal has jeopardised the Morata deal, which is currently off now, according to reports. So it looks like we're not going to be getting Morata on the board. But I did say with Lukaku there, he can bully defenders. He's got all the good physical attributes, you know. But I still said we need a backup striker there. We need another striker. Rashford's got young talent experience. He's a good athlete. He can lead the lines, but he hasn't got the experience. Martial will probably stay on the left. He needs to grow more into his game and develop himself more, because he's only age 21. He's one of the world's most expensive teenagers. But Manchester United need another striker in there with Romelu Lukaku. I don't think one striker is enough. I also think in the midfield we need 2 midfielders. We've identified that key role as well as one of his main roles that we need to strengthen up. And I do have concerns at that left-back position as well, guys. So, yeah, we'll see what happens about that. But yeah, the midfielders, basically, Lukaku looks realistic. So if we could just get another player in there before the US tours, it would be fantastic. But it would be very, very beneficial. Now, the midfielders I would like, basically, the latest news about Fabinho, it's died down in the last few days or something. According to reports, Arsenal have now inquired about Fabinho. And that he's currently before rejected bids from Paris Saint-Germain. I think he's rejected bids from another team as well as Fabinho. Because we was adamant, and he did insist that he would like to join Manchester United. And he would like to play under Jose Mourinho. Looking for that, obviously, that reunion with Jose Mourinho. And that loan spell with Real Madrid. But Fabinho, fantastic. Skillful. Good in the air. Good at breaking up the play. You know, very tenacious. And I'd love Fabinho in that midfield. I would absolutely love Fabinho in that midfield. You know, he's got all the good physical attributes. Progressed to the Champions League semi-final last season. You know, won the La Liga title as well. And you know, Fabinho's just is a class player. And Arsenal have inquired about this, but I don't think Monaco will want to lure a lot of their players, because a lot of their players have attracted interest from other clubs, and a lot seem to be on the verge that they could be going. Thomas Lemar, Kylian Mbappe, Fabinho maybe. There's quite a few. There's Fabinho, Thomas Lemar, Bakayoko as well, Mbappe. You know, there's quite a lot of Monaco players on the board, but a lot of teams have shown interest in, high-profile teams. Yeah, but Fabinho, as he said before, he was attempting invitation. He said he'd rather join Manchester United than our thesis rivals Manchester City. There's nothing much to report on Fabinho. Fabinho could still happen, and he can play as a converted right-back as well. There's also been talks about, well, the Mbappe deal. As I said, Real Madrid basically have to offload one of their players if they want to get Mbappe on the board. Bale may be coming if he's any intentions of leaving Real Madrid. Real Madrid are willing to sell Gareth Bale. Very Galactico, very good in the air, very skillful. Premier League proven, yeah, he's injury prone. That's why he didn't get that many starts, only because due to his injury last season. Of course, missed the Champions League final as well, Gareth Bale. So it depends how much it'll cost. Real Madrid are basically willing to sell Gareth Bale. But I don't know what's going to be happening with Morata now, guys. Whether he'll be signing a new year deal, whether he'll be going to Chelsea, I do not know, guys. But I just can't see Morata. He hasn't had first team football at Real Madrid. He'd got guaranteed first team football at Manchester United. But as Real Madrid, the board, they're just basically struggling to agree a full on transfer fee negotiations. Are just struggling to get fully agreed. And in that period of time, you could have another couple of players on the board, or nearly confirm another player by the time we get Morata on the board. It's going to take absolutely ages the way the negotiations were going about. But yeah, guys, I'd love Fabinho in midfield, as I said. Also, I'd love Nainggolan. I don't think much is updated about Nainggolan. He's fantastic. He's fantastic in that midfield. He's very good attacking, very good defensive. He's very dynamic, hard-working, dynamic box-to-box player also. I think he's made over 250 appearances in this area as Nainggolan. But he'd been one of my next choices in that midfield. Nainggolan, he's absolutely fantastic. He's very efficient. He's very creative, very skillful. Got fantastic genuine pace also. Good at playing them trademark passes, good operating space, good at feeding teammates ahead of him, and that's what we need in that midfield. Just like Pogba, someone's going to operate that space, get them passes into attacking positions, picking out the right passes, and that's what Nainggolan does. But I don't know if Nainggolan will be coming to Manchester United, so I'll have to see. James Rodriguez also, I think Chelsea have been in there. This has been going for absolutely months, because Perez and James Rodriguez and Real Madrid basically had discussions about this. That basically James Rodriguez was requesting a move, and basically he was demanding a move, but it ended with the Colombian, because basically Real Madrid are expecting, I think, is it around about 55 million euros for James Rodriguez. Are Manchester United capable of paying that for James Rodriguez? Obviously, with Rooney looking like he's going, we'd agreed a principle and agreed terms with James Rodriguez before that he could operate fantastically well in that number 10 role. Chelsea could get him on the board, not quite sure with James Rodriguez. He's performed fantastically well in the World Cup as well as James Rodriguez, the Colombian. But he's very versatile, got an absolute wonder of a left foot, very good in the air, very skillful. He's very enthusiastic, very passionate, and last season I think he scored 13 goals, something like that. But basically, he quoted out, if he couldn't make a move to Manchester United, James Rodriguez, he would be staying at Real Madrid, because that'd be his next destination. To leave Real Madrid, he's coming to Manchester United. He favours coming to Manchester United. The other teams have been in there with him as well, such as AC Milan, with a bid being rejected, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal. So many teams have been in there with James Rodriguez, but he does say he favours a move to Manchester United. He basically claimed that Perez was blocking him a move to Manchester United unless we met the price tag that Real Madrid was setting out for James Rodriguez. But yeah, there's still signings that do look like they are going to happen, guys. We'll get a couple of more signings on the board, so we've no need to worry about that, guys. And on the left with even Perisic also, yes, as they don't have to, as they ease their way through their financial fair play into Milan, because I think they've done some small deals in recent weeks. Even Perisic is basically trying to force a move from Inter Milan, because he does basically want to come to the Premier League, does even Perisic. So basically he does want to leave. Last season at 11 goals, he's also very skillful, very good in the air. He's not Galactico by any means. I said a new bid. Di Marzio had announced basically before that Inter Milan was setting a price tag out of around 55 million euros. We'd currently put another bid in before, and it had been rejected. So I think 2 bids have been rejected from Inter Milan. So they're looking more in the region of basically what Di Marzio announced, was it 55 million euros, looking more in the region than that. Basically, are Inter Milan going to accept another bid? If we do offer another bid for even Perisic, are they going to accept it? I don't think we basically have to meet for the full term valuation what Inter Milan has set out. I think we will still basically, if he's forcing the move, I think we will still get him for a reasonable fee, if necessary, even Perisic. But he still does look like, as I said before, obviously new Chinese owners have just took up the club for even Inter Milan. So he could still come. As I said before, he was going to be released off the transfer market. They were going to offer him a new contract, as even Perisic has basically rejected this, as he wants to make a move to Manchester United. Experienced a lacklustre campaign with Inter Milan last season, currently finished 7th in Serie A. But yeah, I just don't think he's worth that price tag that Inter Milan have freed out. I think getting for £30 million or something like that, or maybe a bit more, I think that's a reasonable fee there. But yeah, guys, and it looks like also that Matuidi is going to Juventus as well, who I highly rate as well. He's another tenacious player, very good in the air, and I like him as a midfielder as well, but looks like he's going to PSG. Any more transfer news? Any more? Yeah, Ousmane Dembele, according to reports that Manchester United and Chelsea are in the fight for Ousmane Dembele, but basically, I don't think Borussia Dortmund are basically willing to sell him. I think Barcelona have given their hopes up on signing Dembele, as it has been snubbed off. But how much I would love Dembele at Manchester United. I think he can play as striker. I think he can play at left wing as well. His performances have been absolutely sublime for France as well, as he has been praised as Dembele. He's going to be in the top 2, top 3, you know, when Ronaldo and Messi retired, as I said. But I think he's going to be staying at Borussia Dortmund. I think he's got a long-term contract with them as well. I don't even think, basically what Borussia Dortmund are saying is basically not for sale, is Ousmane Dembele. But he's one of the highest prospects in the world, still young, he'll get better and better and better. You know, very tenacious, very good in the air, very, very, very fast. His work rate's fantastic. You know, he creates that space, he can score goals. You know, he's a fantastic player. I think he made 47 appearances last season, 10 goals, something like that. But yeah, I can't see us getting Ousmane Dembele on the board, guys, if I am gonna be quite honest with you. But yeah, signing. There's also another midfielder from Borussia Dortmund. There's been talks that Jose Mourinho has been in. I can't pronounce his name, but he's a young midfielder. He's 21 years of age. Currently plays for Germany, the under-21s. But I don't really know much about him because I can't pronounce his name. But I've just heard about it on the latest reports. But yeah, and we're all adamant, basically, that Carrick could be the favoured player to get the captain's armband next season as well. But yeah, as I said, Lee Lukaku deal, basically, guys, with 25 goals last season. You know, absolutely fantastic. You know, it could jeopardise a lot of other deals. It could even jeopardise the Matic deal, according to reports. Jeopardise the Morata deal, you know. And with Matic, there were talks before 40 million. I don't know. Chelsea, I think, are still focusing on the pursuit of Bakayoko from Monaco. But yeah, the next player I'd like to get in, if in a midfield, would be Nainggolan, or it would be Fabinho. It would be definitely one of them at least, or maybe both. I'd love that, because I said we do need 2 midfielders. That'd be absolutely fantastic. You know, because, you know, Manchester United have missed out on quite a lot of players since 2013. I was disappointed that we missed out on Griezmann, you know, very, very disappointed that we missed out on Griezmann, you know. He could still be available in January when the transfer ban's over for Atletico Madrid. He's got a contract till 2022. We know if it had been lifted, he would have been coming to Manchester United, and a player that Galactico, you know, with Griezmann, because I said we do need 2 strikers, Griezmann, Lukaku, fantastic for me. You know, Griezmann, Lukaku, Martial, Mkhitaryan, that'd have been fantastic. But obviously we know Griezmann's not coming now, and whatever's going to be happening with that number 7 role, I'm not quite sure. It might stay vacant unless a player gets it, or we do sign someone who is an actual winner who can wear that number 7 shirt. But it's still good. Lukaku there, you know, Lukaku, Martial, Mkhitaryan, you know, fantastic. But I said we still need to fill that other space where that striker is. Because obviously Rooney looks like he's leaving now. Rashford not ready to lead the lines. Obviously Ibrahimovic has left now. As I said, it has been a privilege, 28 goals last season. People have favoured him a move to LA Galaxy, Ibrahimovic. But yeah, and the topic of development about Lukaku, the mounting speculation, it's been going on for quite a while about Romelu Lukaku. But it just looks so certain now that he's coming to Manchester United, and we've been on the edge of our seats waiting for that second player to get fully announced, and all of a sudden, out of the blocks, there's no way in a million years that any Manchester United supporter would have thought, we'd have got Lukaku on the board. As Chelsea, it was so, they were so in there for Romelu Lukaku, and it's just unbelievable. But suggestions had been stirred up before about Romelu Lukaku, with Instagram and all that, suggestions had been stirred up with his mate with a Manchester United shirt on. But yeah, he's currently been training with Paul Pogba as a Romelu Lukaku, and he will be perfect for Manchester United. He will bring absolutely everything to the club. In the concept of it, in 2015 as well, that he was currently on holiday with Depay, and I think Paul Pogba as well. That was currently before we signed Paul Pogba though, and suggestions had been slowly stirring up since then. We'd obviously not made a full-on approach or bid for Lukaku, but suggestions were stirring up then, and he said back in March 2016, he was he put it in words, he was ready for the new start, and that he wanted to depart Everton, did Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, guys, it is absolutely fantastic news of us getting Romelu Lukaku on the board, as we knew where the problems lied last season. We knew where the problems lied. Clinical chances, didn't take them. Sitting back too much, dropping deep too much. Squad rotation needs to improve. Too many home draws, lack of goals, lack of depth in the midfield. As I said, we need a midfielder because we're lacking depth. We need them creative winners. And, we need everything back in the team, the spirit, the attacking instinct. And, we just want to see that flair and that confidence back in at Manchester United. If we get a few more signs on the board with Lukaku and Lindelof, it's not excusable going on to next season that we can't not be challenging for the league or even win the league if necessary, guys. There's no excuse about that. But yeah, as I said about Arsene Wenger with Arsenal, guys, he's not just looking for young players that have got time to, young players that get time to develop himself in a 2 or 3 year period. He's looking at top quality players. He's Arsene Wenger. He's looking at Mahrez. He's obviously got Lacazette on the board. He's looking at Thomas Lemar. And if Arsenal do get them couple of them players in, at least I think they've bolstered their squad up, because they need to strengthen their team up as well. Of course, with Mahrez, who won the Player of the Year a couple of seasons ago with Leicester, who was a limelight with Jamie Vardy in their fairy tale title win. He's basically said back in March or something like that, his first thoughts were quitting Leicester with Mahrez. But if they're getting on the board, that'll be a massive impact for Arsenal. And these Arsenal fans have got to realise they've still got to have trustworthy in Arsene Wenger. They may think he's past it, but he's been in that club for absolutely years on end. So with Alexis Sanchez, whether you believe in or not, I do not know. I think he's demanding a £400,000 a week contract. Are Arsenal willing to pay his £400,000 a week contract? He's one of Arsenal's best players. He's very composed, well organised, very energetic, very passionate. And City have been in there. Bayern Munich have been in there. I don't know what he didn't basically 2 FA Cups 3 seasons. He's basically not what Sanchez wanted. A number one solution is Pep Guardiola's number one solution is Alexis Sanchez. He's doing basically everything to get him at Manchester City. Obviously, before suggestions had been stirred up that Aguero had been involved in the deal as well. But when Aguero is at his game, when he's best at his game, City did look a fragile team last season, to be quite honest with you. Without Aguero, they do struggle at Manchester City. But yeah, there's been a lot of rumours that have officially updated, guys, and about Darmian as well. I said even Perisic, this deal could be involved with the Darmian deal as well, with Darmian leaving, sorry. Because Inter Milan have showed their interest in Darmian. Obviously, Juventus have showed their interest in Darmian as well, who established himself well at the end of last season. But I don't know if Jose Mourinho is basically determined to sell Darmian. I don't think he's that determined to sell him. But we've looked at a few right-backs, and I think Valencia is basically our advanced right-back at the moment. It was fantastic. It was fantastic last season for Manchester United. But yeah, transfer deals are getting done out. As I said, we missed out on Bernardo Silva, we missed out on Griezmann. You know, missed out on quite a few players. And yeah, Everton have currently done well at the moment. This transfer window, they've spent over 90 or 100 million pounds. You know, they've got quite a good few players on the board of Everton. Liverpool, of course, got Salah on the board, who's a very, very good pacey winner. He's got good, fantastic, electrifying pace. And I think he'll turn out to be a good... He's got good character, and I think he will be a good player for Liverpool, will Salah. And the Keita move, I'm not sure about Naby Keita. I think he may be now staying, because to me, he'd be a fantastic player if he did go to Liverpool. You know, he's a dynamic, hard-working, good in the air. He's a box-to-box player also, you know. And he's very good attacking he's very good being an attacking midfielder. I think he can play as a holding midfielder as well. I think there was talks around the 60-70 million deal about that. I'm not quite sure, guys, but whether he'll be staying or going, I do not know, guys, about that. Yeah, but with De Gea, is he going to be staying at Manchester United? I hope to God he does. But basically, we are wasting his time going for these Madrid players, basically, especially Morata, as they just basically are being absolutely stubborn in this situation. And I just couldn't see Madrid selling a player or two of theirs without expecting out in return, because basically, in the last few weeks, the David De Gea rumours have risen up again. But I am pretty confident that he will be staying at Manchester United. The question is, does he want to go to Real Madrid, or does he want to stay at Manchester United? I'm not quite sure, guys, about that. But yeah, guys, and that's about it, guys, for today. And when more things update, guys, I will be notifying you guys about that. So anyway, guys, drop a like on the video, take it easy, and I'll see you later on, guys. Bye.